Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the Nashville Stars franchise. Coming off of opening day weekend, we really impressed, to be honest with you, and our young guys showed up, our old guys, our veterans showed up, and I think we're in a good place right now. I think, if our pitching really starts to dominate and our hitting really comes around for the young guys like Kendrick freaking Cole, like Kerry Doss, guys like that, I think we are in good shape in the future. Now, I think that KFC, though, in particular, needs some work down in AAA. My idea was to get him some at-bats at the MLB level to begin this season, and then if he starts struggling, then I'll just move him down for the AAA season, at least for the start or whenever, how much time he needs. But I think that's going to be the move. I've seen enough at-bats. I've seen about 7 at-bats, and he's just not it right now. So we will go up against the Seattle Mariners in the next series, and we will see the debut of Jack Leiter facing a very tough lineup. They have a lot of young and really good mesh of players. They have a really good center fielder, Harrison Bader now. They have Kyle Lewis in the outfield. He's an awesome bat. We'll see what they can do here in Jack Leiter's debut. Here is Colin Ozuna, who started out last episode with a hit in both games that we played, and I think that he's a guy that can be a very good piece in the outfield. Devers gets walked, bringing up Jesus Aguilar with 2 outs. Hard ground ball to Ty France. That one will be stepped on first. And now we move on to the bottom of the first. Here's Jack Leiter's first batter face. It's going to be J.P. Crawford, who hit 286 last year. That one will be a fly out in the infield. Bringing up Harrison Bader, who signed a big contract in the offseason with the Mariners. He hits a soft fly ball to left field. And KFC, playing in left, will run that one down. Kyle Lewis last year hit 324, OPS over 1,000. He had one of those great seasons. He gets enough wood on this one somehow, and that one gets through the middle. And it will be a base hit, and the first hit that Jack Leiter gives up in his career will come from Kyle Lewis. That brings up Eugenio Suarez, who goes deep to right field, but Ozuna giving chase will run that one down. Ozuna has great speed out in right field. Obviously not the great arm, but can get to anything. James Wood up to the plate here in the second inning. He gets a pitch over the middle. That one's crushed. It's still in the air. When will it come down? It's gone. James Wood hits his second home run of the season so far, and he is going to be an awesome player. Just in his lower 20s, he's 20 years old. I mean, the guy can absolutely rake. It's 1-0 Nashville. Still in the second inning, here's Shea Wickham, and he hits one well to short. Crawford corrals that one. Facing Jarred Kelenic here in the bottom of the second inning. It looks like Leiter hung one over the middle of the plate, but it's just going to be a fly ball to left center. James Wood playing in center. Ty France up to the plate, hitting .417 to start this season. Fastball looked like that was in the zone. It will be called ball 4. Abraham Toro to the plate. He will hit one in the infield, just a lazy pop-up, and John Dumont will camp under that one. 2 outs. Bringing up Julio Rodriguez, one of the top prospects in baseball in real life. That one's hit well up the middle, and it will get through. So now runners on first and second here, and the bottom of the lineup is up. Luis Torrens at the plate. High fastball, and Jack Leiter does get out of this jam. A pop-up in the infield, the second of the inning to John Dumont, and it will get us out with no runs across the plate. Kyle Lewis up to the plate now. He is their best hitter. He hits one well to center field. This one is back at the track, and it will stay in the yard. Wow, that one was absolutely crushed. Bringing us to the fourth inning, facing Kelenic again. This time he hits one deep to right field. This is crushed. It's going to be gone. I showed the other Kelenic highlight earlier because he contacted pretty well with the baseball and hit a deep fly ball. This time he doesn't miss his first home run of the season. I believe he hit 25 home runs last season. That brings up the next batter here with 2 outs, and we will get a lazy fly ball to right field, but Seattle ties it up 1 apiece. Gary Doss to the plate here in the top of the 6th inning. He hits one well down the right field line. That one will get through, but it will just be one long single. And now we have a man on first base here with one out. Bringing up the middle of our order, Rafael Devers to the plate as we gave Odubel Herrera the day off. He hits one hard to second, but this one is a tailor-made double play despite the hard hit ball. And now we are into the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Lewis again. He gets a high fastball. This one's driven to opposite field. It just keeps carrying, and it gets over the wall. Ozuna tried to rob it, and Lewis just shows off the power right there. The funny thing is that when I look at Kyle Lewis's attributes and everything, he has all blue zones, but he is absolutely killing the ball. I've never seen anything like that. Jesus Aguilar to the plate now in the 7th inning. He will start out with a walk, and now it looks like that's going to be the end of Sonny Gray's day. He signed with the Seattle Mariners as well. That brings in Anthony Mischowitz. And now with a man on first base, James Wood to the plate, the young guy. He hits one to the left side. This one's a ground ball. It should be 2, and it is. Seattle will get the double play on that one. Bringing up Dom Thompson Williams, and he is watching. Strike 3. That was actually his first at-bat, or second at-bat of his career with the Nashville Stars. And he's facing his former team as well. On to the 9th inning. Kerry Doss, our top prospect, to the plate. He's been actually hitting pretty decently, so I've kept him up, and I don't think I'm going to do what I'm doing with KFC with him. He strikes out on that swing. Devers, he gets fooled also. And Castillo, one out away from a victory here in Jack Leiter's debut. And it looks like Jesus will get enough on this one. It bounces down the line. Ground rule double. And now the tying run is on second base for the Stars. Tyson King comes off of our bench. We don't have much speed off our bench. That's definitely something that I'm going to be looking to do. Add some speed to our bench. But James Wood comes up and a sinker on the corner fools him. It's strike 3. And Seattle wins this game 2-1. Sonny Gray gets the win. Jack Leiter in his first start with the Stars gets the loss. Wasn't a bad game. We just lost 2-1. So I officially moved down KFC after that game. He will start for the Tides, the Norfolk Tides here at AAA. I thought about moving up Victor Robles, but I think I'm going to give Taylor Trammell a run here at the MLB level. I know what I got out of Robles, and I'm not saying I won't move him up later, but I at least want to see, what Taylor Trammell can do when he gets a second chance. Because remember, we traded for him in season 1, and then he was in the minors all of season 2. And I want to add some speed to our bench, like I said. So I'll move up Yogi Berra, a guy that hasn't hit particularly well in the minors, but he is a good base runner, so he will get moved up. He'll get the call. And then Eliezer Hernandez will get moved down so I can create room for a base runner coming off of the bench. So we hop into the next game versus Seattle. This season will go a lot slower pace. It won't be like too slow, but I'm going to cover a lot more games at the MLB level because this is the year where we're starting to compete. And we will face the Mariners again here, down by 1. Another 1-0 game. A lot of one-run games here to start this season. Last episode you saw versus the Oakland Athletics in that game 4 in that series. We won by 1 off of Duel Herrera throwing out a guy at home. And now here we are in a 1-0 game. Here is Kerry Doss hitting the ball well to start the season. That one's a perfect swing. And now we have men on first and second with 1 out. Doss is a guy I think we can build this team around. His bat is definitely special. Marco Gonzalez gets pulled off of that hit right there. And now with a man in scoring position, they bring in their closer, Diego Castillo, who shut us down last game. Bringing up Odubel Herrera. A high fastball, and Herrera just watches that one for strike 3. Tyson King up to the plate now with 2 outs. Men on first and second. 0-1 pitch. This one's over the middle. Good timing. And he just could not do anything with it. It was right over the middle. And that one will end this game 1-0. So we lose back-to-back games versus Seattle by 1 run. As we move on to the next series, facing Toronto now in a 7-6 game. Another 1-run game. We need to start pulling these games out. Here is an outside fastball, and Jesus Aguilar with another good swinging, timing swing. Because remember, we use timing hitting. I want attributes to really be the end-all, be-all. I want very little user input here. And now here we are with 2 outs. Abdul Herrera comes up, and he gets plunked on the back. So now, same exact scenario as last game. Men on first and second. This time, Jorge Alfaro to the plate. 2-0 pitch right down the middle. And he's just a little late on it. 2-1 again. This one on the corner, but Alfaro cannot do anything with it. He was late on that swing. 7-6 as the Blue Jays get the win here. That was actually our first game at home in Nashville. And now we end up here versus Toronto again next game. 4-0 here in the 6th inning, as you can see. And Toronto is absolutely putting it on us here. 6-0. And they had 7 hits, 6 runs off 7 hits, now 8 hits. Chris Taylor gets a double. Vlad Guerrero gets a single. We had to change pitchers here, and it's just one of those games where we just did not play well at all. We had 4 hits, no runs manufactured. We get a couple of hits there in the 9th inning, but it doesn't amount to anything. And another close loss here for the Stars to start this season. So now we move on to the following series, the New York Yankees. This is a team that I really, really want to beat. They have won the division the first 2 seasons in this series, and we'll see if we can pull out a win today. Here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, we're starting to string together some hits and get some guys on base. And now the bases are loaded for John Dumont, a guy that is due for a big bounce-back year, hitting 188 to start this year. I don't know. If he continues to struggle, we may have to question his future here, but he's got a long leash, remember that. 2-1 pitch, 1 out. This one's hit well to center field. Brian Reynolds playing in center for the Yankees, and we will not tag the runner, but look at this. We get caught up in a rundown. Jorge Alfaro is at second, and I don't know what happened there. We tried to send the runner from third, and he did not go, and it's still a 0-0 game. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, here's Jesus Aguilar up to the plate. He gets walked, bringing up Kerry Doss, who is 0 for 1 today here in the night game here. This is hit deep to right center field. This one got a lot of carry back to the track, and it's going to be off of the wall. Jesus Aguilar will score all the way from first base. Kerry Doss comes through with a 2-run RBI double. And there we go. We get going here versus the Yankees. Kerry Doss. He's got some great power, and you can just see right there. He's got power to all fields. John Dumont up now with guys on first and second here in the 4th inning. A little small ball action here. John Dumont lays down a pretty good bunt. He doesn't have excellent speed. It's about average, 72, and he gets thrown out at first base, but a good sacrifice. Men on second and third, bringing up Shea Whitcomb. This should be an easy RBI situation here. Just get the ball in the field of play. This one's hit well to right center. Another one to the gap. It's going to score 1. It should score 2. It looks like the runners were staying back to tag up, and the throw will not be in time for the nothing here back in Nashville. We need to start winning some games here. A lot of 1-run losses. Shea Whitcomb gets going, his 4th double of the season so far. The Yankees manager has seen enough. He goes to the bullpen, bringing in Michael King, facing Abdul Herrera, who is 2 for 2 today. How about 3 for 3? That's gone. Abdul Herrera with a big-time shot. That's gone, making it 6-0, and that's exactly what I'm looking for from the middle of our lineup. Abdul Herrera and Rafael Devers are going to hit a lot of home runs together. Hopefully, Kerry Doss joins the party as well. On to the top of the 5th inning. Troy Quincy on the mound for your Stars. Our ace will give up a deep shot to center field. Can James Wood run it down? He cannot. A weird angle taken to that ball. He maybe should have had that one. 6-2 game now. Jonathan India comes to the plate. He hits one soft to left field. Abdul Herrera comes up throwing. Remember last episode, he did the same thing. Another putout. And a great throw by Abdul Herrera, one hopper. And I don't know what they're doing trying to run on him. And now we move on to the 9th inning. We're going to bring in Pablo Moya. We're going to try out some some closing pitchers here because I don't think Suzuki is it. We're just going to move him to a normal relief spot in the bullpen. And I think that Moya could possibly take over. He is in the mid-60s overall, but he's got good stuff. I don't know why he's rated that low, to be honest with you. So facing this Yankees lineup here with a 3-run cushion, I wanted to make sure it was like a 3-run or 2-run save. Make sure he's got some leeway facing Gleyber Torres. That one was, it got a lot of the plate. Hit deep to left field, but it will stay in the air. And Herrera runs that one down for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 outs, bringing up Manuel Margot, who signed with the Yankees. A slow chopper to short. Wickham throws on the first, and we will get the win. Pablo Moya with his first career MLB save. He was our closer, I believe, at AA in Season 1, AAA in Season 2. Now he's up at the MLB level here in season number 3. I forgot to mention that he did make the MLB roster. He was the only surprise in our bullpen that made it, and I like his stuff. I mean, he's mid-60s. I don't know why he's not progressing, but he's actually pretty decent. So in the month of April, we started out losing a bunch of games. We got swept versus Seattle and swept versus Toronto. Then ended up turning around and winning 3 of 4 from the Yankees. Lost 2 of 3 to the Tampa Bay Rays, and then win 2 of 3 from the Chicago White Sox. So we're just right now floating around 500. But in that White Sox series, we had a 15-4 win. 17 hits. You can just see right here, Devers went 4 for 5, Aguilar 2 for 3, Doss 3 for 5. How about our team right now? We have 5 hitters hitting over 300 to start this season. Somehow we are still 9-11, hitting 277 as a team. That is amazing, but somehow they're not turning into wins. We just need to be consistent, I guess. It's only 20 games into the season, so I'm not hitting the panic button just yet, but I definitely want to see some obvious consistency from this team. Devers is hitting the ball amazing. OPS over 1,000. Jesus Aguilar as well, 929 OPS. Herrera, add him to the list. How about Shea Wickham? Is he going to end up being a really good player for us? OPS is over 880, 346 average. He is doing quite well. He doesn't walk a lot, so his on-base percentage is really coming from his average. James Wood is hitting amazing too, 313, 854 OPS, which is really, really good. Kerry Doss, 296, 832 OPS. I mean, these guys are hitting quite well. John Dumont is struggling though, 213 average, 659 OPS. He doesn't walk a ton. His on-base percentage is actually pretty high right now at 314 compared to his average. Tyson King coming off of the bench. You know, I want to see some more out of him. Jorge Alfaro is struggling. Kurt Zambrano and Alfaro are kind of battling for playing time right now, and both of them aren't doing too well. Zambrano's got a higher average, but not too much higher OPS. Kyle Ozuna, after a hot start, his OPS is way down there, and his averages as well. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but I'm thinking I'm going to give Dom Thompson-Williams some burn there in right field. He is a natural right fielder, so we will see what he can do probably starting next episode. And then pitching wise, we're actually doing really well. You see our starters: Kohei Arihara 112 whip, Mike Minor has a 116 whip, Troy Quincy 126 whip, a little higher there, but still a little above average. And then looking at our bullpen, you know, we're actually doing well like always. Cody Stajic 0.60 whip, Jose Ruiz 104 whip, 208 ERA. I mean, this team is actually doing pretty decently. I think we just need to put it all together and show off some consistency. But I'm officially going to put Pablo Moya into that closing pitcher role. See how he does. You know, it doesn't hurt to try him out there. I like his stuff. He's a young kid, and I think he will thrive in that role too. So that's going to do it. Next episode, I will start out with this Twin series. They have a lot of exciting young players, so I'm excited to see what they can do, including Drew Jones, but he is not at the MLB level. He is still a prospect of theirs, and then they signed Ketel Marte. So we'll see what happens here in this next episode as we near draft day, but we won't get into the draft next episode. We'll focus on gameplay a whole lot more. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Let me know what you guys think of this MLB squad right now and the moves we maybe should make in our organization. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I hope the rain don't come in November, 'cause the summer went way too fast. I'm trying real hard to remember